And welcome to another episode of The Twisted 10.
What's up, guys?
We're already starting?
Oh, yeah, we're starting.
I did not know that. I was just like, we're starting.
I am super fucking stoked about this episode. I am Adam. I am normally a host in here, but I am not your host tonight. Sitting across from me over on the couch.
Oh, I'm number 2 tonight. I'm Josh, and I'm not your host tonight.
You're number 2 in my book every day, buddy.
Oh, thank you. No, I understand that. And sitting over across from me as well, completing the triangle.
Apparently, we have ranks now, and I'm number 3.
That's right.
Whatever, Josh.
Well, if number 1 is Pete, and no, I'm not going to get into that. All right.
No, that's cool. I'm Ron. I am number 3.
Are you hosting tonight, Ron?
I am not hosting.
No, you're not, because I am stoked for this episode.
Wow, Adam is so stoked that I am not hosting.
I am, because I know what's coming. Not, nothing against you, Ron, but I mean, let's face it, you didn't bring props in like our guest host tonight brought in.
2 paragraphs into this show, and I've been shit on twice by both the other hosts.
Don't worry,
I am feeling at home tonight.
It's going to be a good night.
I'll pull it back. And our guest host tonight.
Oh, hi. I'm Dan.
Dan, returning by popular demand. Dan, you may have heard him on another episode with us. Which one did you host before?
I never hosted an episode of this.
Was it Steph?
I
Or you
was
guys
a
just
guest
participated?
when Tall Trey did his 10 best or worst dates.
That's what it was.
Depending on your perspective.
Okay. Cool. Well, welcome, Dan. And you brought some fun stuff. We'll get into the topics of the show in just a minute, but Dan brought in some accoutrement with him. He's got some nice little snifters and a box of happiness. I think that's the best thing I want to describe. that's and not anything illegal, but
No,
we'll get to that in just a minute. So
this one's actually, it's kind of interesting. The topic for tonight happened organically. It happened in a conversation. So unlike a normal episode where the hosts, the non-hosts in the room are not aware of what the list is, while we may not know the list in particular, we at least know the theme. So this is one that we have been waiting on now. It must have been, 2 months ago?
At least
Dan,
2 months
since
ago,
this came
yeah.
up?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fucking stoked about it. I'm really excited. Oh, Tach is not with us tonight. He's got some personal stuff going on. Tach is juggling jobs and juggling, personal life stuff and just moving back down here to Florida. So he is out of studio. He's going to be more behind the scenes for a lot of the shows. However, when he's able to come in studio, we are honored by his presence. So Tach, we're thinking about you, buddy. And I'm sorry you missed tonight, but tough shit, buddy. This is going to be a good, fun episode. I'm sorry. He's going to edit this later and he's going to cuss at us.
There's just going to be an insert of just pause. Tach's like, and by the way, fuck Adam. Anyways, he didn't edit this one, so he doesn't know.
That's likely.
Oh, man.
He could do something like that.
No, that's cool. Yeah, this. I mean, he's still getting all the credit though. He's doing our post now. He's our editing guy. So this audio butter that you're hearing, that's all Tach.
We before we get into the show, Josh, I did my very first family outing to another place since all of this whole bullshit with whatever's been going on in our society with keeping masks on and keeping your social distancing. Took my kids and my wife over to a pseudo house party, but it was more like a gathering.
No,
keep
going.
Sorry,
I was trying to
you look like
not
you were,
disturb it.
You were bringing in a jumbo jet over there.
I was
waving your arms.
I was trying to not disturb it for Josh to point to.
He was trying to politely draw attention to our Discord live stream.
Oh, very cool.
Without interrupting you.
Sorry, I didn't. But it failed miserably. Clearly,
you're good, brother. Well, no, that's good. We got to start practicing with a bunch of distractions in the studio. It's just what's going to happen with, especially for live streaming.
We're gonna have strippers. Is that the distractions you're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Just don't tell Andrea Joy. All right,
because this isn't being recorded for the world to hear at all.
Full disclosure, I cannot be present if strippers are. I have a problem. They try to fight me.
This is true.
That sounds like its own Twisted 10 list, but
this
okay.
This is not a joke. I will let Dan tell the story. He does a way better job of it, but he legitimately almost got into a fight at my bachelor party with a stripper.
Is
at
this
Waffle House.
Is this good show content or after show content?
I think after show content.
Right,
It'll be
we'll save
it'll
it
be
for the
better
after
after some
after tonight's topic.
All right, as a teaser for the after show, that after show is our Patreon. So go to patreon.com/twisted10, and that's where our bonus shows are going to be. plug Bell for that. So it's just some extra content at the end of each show, especially when we have guest hosts in here. We get to pick their brain a little bit, share some fun stories, like why Dan wants to fight some strippers at the Waffle
They want to
House.
fight me.
But of course, let me just preface that anybody at a Waffle House after the strip clubs are closed, there's bound to be a fight. I mean, those are like the better bouncers in the world, is the Waffle House employees, I think. Denny's employees might rank number 2, but I think Waffle House employees can hold their own in a drunken stripper fight. All right, anyway.
And you said it in there. I don't want to get too far into the show without mentioning it.
Sure.
Thank you to our patrons.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. Just thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, you guys are helping to keep the studio afloat. So we did our very first outing, family outing, where we went over to somebody's house where they had other people over, and it was amazing to me because these are all grown adults and a bunch of kids. There's a bunch of like little children running around. I say a bunch, not maybe a handful. But these people obviously had all been cooped up just as long as me and my wife and my family have been. I didn't drink at all because I was driving in precious cargo. Every one of the people that were there, all the neighbors, all of the parents, not the kids, were tore the fuck up.
That's awesome. They
all got obliterated drunk because you could tell all of this was their first outing in 6 or 7 months. You could see it. You could plain as day see it on their faces. They were all trying to be the alpha males. They were all trying to be, the overbearing females, the stereotypical when women get drunk.
Sound like a bunch of fucking amateurs.
Yeah, well, everybody's an amateur in a situation like that when you haven't done it in so long.
I've strayed drunk pretty much all the way through COVID, so I don't have to do that when I go out for the first time.
Yeah, that group did. That group was very, very apparent. It was a lot of fun, though. Let me rephrase that. They did a thing called Friendsgiving. I know, Josh, you host these sometimes as well, but it was Friendsgiving in August. So they wanted to just get people together who hadn't been, doing anything for the last 6 months, and they were all friends, and everybody was, talking beforehand to make sure everybody was healthy. Granted, nobody knows if you've got it within that certain amount of time, but who the fuck knows at this point? So it was fun. I mean, it was the first time I've done anything outside of the house really in about 6 months. So it was kind of fun.
That's cool. And of course, it's an activity that never fails to amuse. If you have to be the sober person in a room full of drunk people, at least you're a sober person in a room full of trashed people.
That's true.
Because that is free entertainment.
Remind me, I'll add on to the story in the after show, after Dan tells his story of the stripper, to the neighbor that almost got me in trouble with my wife at that party. But we'll go into that. Go into that later. She was wearing a one piece. Let's just leave it at that. All right. Do we want to get this show on the road?
Just one piece, like just the bottoms?
Did it start as a 2-piece?
She got you in trouble with a one piece? That's impressive.
Yeah, it was. I did everything after show. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was, right in front of my wife. I was very mature. I was very, whatever.
One piece now.
We'll
one piece now.
later
Now we're talking
after
my
some
language.
refreshment.
Yeah, agreed. All right.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to get into the show?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
so-
Dan, what do you have for us?
Bring it, buddy. This is your show now.
Okay. Well, what I have, and I'm by no means an expert, but this is something I made a decision to switch my drinking habits up this year, going from the wonderful world of beer to the wonderful world of whiskey.
I'm a fan of whiskey.
You're a Scotch drinker, aren't you?
I love Scotch. That's my number one is a Scotch, but whiskey is where I began at. Scotch. Whiskey
is wonderful. And that's kind of why I'm here. I've been just playing around drinking all different kinds of whiskey for about 6 months straight now. Once a week or so, I'll go out and buy a bottle or two. I haven't bought the same thing more than once.
Nice.
In 6 months.
International or just U.S. blends?
All
Everything.
of it. Yeah. And I've found some wonderful stuff. I'm not even old enough to say this, but my more formidable years, I was
Damn, you're what, 30?
Jack and Cokes till I die. 31.
31.
32 next month. But,
32 next month. Happy birthday. Early.
But, in my more formidable, my pre-21 years when I was not supposed to be drinking. It was Jack and Cokes till I die and nothing else will suffice.
That's probably a pretty good place to start. I mean, a Jack Daniels is your quintessential American backbone whiskey. That is your I mean, that or maybe like an Evan Williams or something, but that almost tastes very similar. But that flavor is
it's all
very,
bourbon.
Yeah. I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
And important to point out, what's the difference? Maybe, I don't know if you know, there's not bourbon, whiskey, and scotch. So all scotches, all scotches are whiskeys, but not all whiskeys are scotches. Does it work the same direction back towards a bourbon?
100%.
Okay, cool.
I didn't know that.
General base classification for something to be a whiskey, it is a distilled spirit that is, I don't know if there's a specific barreling proof to classify it as a whiskey, but it is a distilled spirit that is aged in new oak.
Oh, okay.
It's aged in an oak barrel, and that's where it gets its color and all of its character from. Oh, and it has to be 80 proof or higher, otherwise it's not a whiskey. So people who like to drink Fireball or Screwball or any of those other flavored whiskeys that are a little bit on the sweeter side and they're under that 80 proof, sorry, it's not whiskey. Still tasty, but
no need the proof.
So what is it then?
requirement.
Just a spirit?
It's a whiskey themed liqueur. Technically,
Okay.
it's just not, by technicality, it's not a whiskey.
It's a waste of time is what it is if it's below 80 proof, Josh. That's
Hang
what
on
it
a
is.
second. I've drank out of a bag of Fireball.
Same.
That shit is no joke.
I
wasted
liked-
no time.
I liked Fireball in its first incarnation when, because me and Ron are about 10 years older than you guys. In its first incarnation called Goldschlager. That's what it was back in the day. Same flavor, just different branding. That's all.
It's true.
And you could get, I drank so much Goldschlager I could shit a gold nugget after a while. Just saying.
I never liked Goldschlager.
Tastes the same as
Yeah,
Fireball.
it's
Cinnamon.
that heavy metal poisoning you get over time. It's just kind of fucks you up.
It is amazing that the marketing for that product was the flakes of gold. It's real gold, and the flakes of gold will tear up your inside of your stomach lining to make the alcohol soak into your system a little bit quicker. That's their marketing.
Just in case you have a problem, this is faster. Go ahead.
Exactly. All right.
It was made for those butt chuggers.
Oh, the anal chugging.
Yeah.
Nice.
The butt chug.
That's how you
So-
get drunk.
so there's-
Quick,
there's-
like
before
I've
you-
heard.
Before you tear it down. I can't. It just sounds so awful pouring booze up my asshole. It just sounds like the worst
Well,
thing I could possibly do with
Don't
my
knock
time.
it to each other.
I don't want
You're a
to. I don't want to
well-adjusted
pour.
person.
I don't want to pour beer up your asshole, but up mine that's just a different story.
You know what?
It does sound awful pouring it up your asshole, though.
If you're listening to this and you are the type of person who pours any type of alcohol into their ass and you're willing to talk about it, I want you to shoot us a message, please, because I want to know why. Why did you do it the first time? Like, I get your high-speed drug, fine. Why did you do it the first time?
It's always a dare.
I hope so.
Or the tampon soaked in vodka. Whatever. We won't get
Because
into
my
that.
hero Steve-O did it.
I'm sorry, Dan, and I know
I've
you're
never
ready-
butt chugged. That's just what I'm imagining people
okay.
will say.
I would want to. I want the flavor. I want the enjoyment. I mean, part of the endorphin rush that you get from consuming that is the taste and the.
You'll taste it about 2 hours later when you're puking your guts out. What the hell do
Well,
you want, bro?
It doesn't track all the way back up
Not
through
if
your
you're
colon.
Yeah, not if you.
Not if you butt chug.
You won't throw up if you butt chug it. You won't
Well, you
up
mean,
the
I mean,
normal
you
way.
might throw up.
It's because you get wasted and you get a nice enema. Like,
That's true.
It's a dual benefit.
That's true. We're not looking at the benefits here. All right. So what is your official list tonight? What's the list?
So the list tonight, and it's a simple one, but it is just 10 reasons, and this is in my opinion, 10 reasons you should be drinking whiskey.
Yes. I love it. All right.
Perfect.
10 reasons. This is one of my favorite shows of all time now.
And as Adam mentioned, I brought, I guess, props. We've got some nice tasting glasses and a gambit of 10 different whiskeys that I have in my liquor cabinet right now for us all to taste and try.
Whoever thought to invite Dan to bring in the whiskey list, which I think was you, Josh. We need to do this like once a month where somebody brings in a different thing for us to consume and get drunk off of.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't want to take that credit, though. This was Dan's idea
100%
from
Dan's
the
idea.
start. He came to me and said, I want to do this. And I said, okay, yes, I'll tell them. What day?
Brilliant.
So we can talk about the whiskey
Your call.
first or second. Actually, we had talked about this before the show. We're do a little game. Each one of these 10 points, 10 talking points. I don't know what the fuck you want to call them. But I have a quote for each one of them. It doesn't tie directly in. I just got a bunch of quotes that kind of relate to the theme, and a lot of them are directly about whiskey. So there's going to be a little bit of leftover in each one of these tasters by the time we're done.
No, there's not.
Well, if you don't think so.
Just teasing.
It's only a 4-mile Uber, so
Yeah, that's fair.
we'll make it work.
I may not be able to walk upstairs at the end of the night.
Yeah, well, one of them is an actual drink. I'll need some rocks glasses in about 45 minutes.
Okay.
But I figured, as a prize with points, I'll throw these quotes out. I won't give credit to who said it, and if any one of you guys knows it, whoever knows the most quotes at the end can keep the rest of the tasters.
Can I? I'm just gonna ask for one concession for me. I'm awful at names, so if I can at least identify, like, oh, it's from the movie with the guy who's in the airplane, he does a bunch of coke. Like, if I hit the mark, I at least want those points because I suck at names.
That would be Christopher Walken.
Sully?
Yeah. I can go with that. If no one gets it and you come up with something that hints someone into who it was, you both get a point.
All right, that works.
Cool.
There you
Cool,
go.
yeah, because I want
Teamwork
free. I want
point.
free whiskey.
All right.
That's
So, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right. We'll do the point first, and then we'll drink and discuss.
Okay.
Reason number 1: you should be drinking whiskey.
number 10.
We can go either direction. I guess.
He went. He totally did the wrong.
He did the wrong
He
thing.
did the wrong
thing.
I didn't really write it as a countdown.
Okay. No.
Oh, this is going to be even better.
Okay,
Because
it's just
by the
10
time you get
things.
to the last one, you're going to be like, number 43.
This is the next one on the list, I promise.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. Yeah, number 1.
I'll flip it for you just because. Number 10. Reason you should be drinking whiskey. This is an easy one. Because you're a man.
man.
Man should.
I guess that's the reason
Whiskey.
I shouldn't be. Oh.
So it's whiskey drinking is perpetual symbol of manliness in movies, media, commercials, all those things. Frank Sinatra, Humphrey Bogart, Ron fucking Swanson. It is a manly thing to do. You're strong, self-assured, a force of personality, with another thing in common. Yeah, I'm bad at reading off this script. Anyway, it's no surprise. Whiskey isn't something that you just like. It's kind of like dating, proper dating. You need a few experiences,
dating.
getting back out there again and again, getting to know a few before you stumble upon something that touches something in you.
I
Not in a dirty way.
I agree with that.
Oh, never mind then.
I like how you immediately looked at Ron, eye contact. Not in
Look
a
at me.
dirty way.
Not in a dirty way,
Jeez.
Ron.
I just
Well, fuck it. I don't want to do it then.
something that
Give me your drink then.
something
I'm
that resonates in you that perhaps you didn't even know it was there.
That's. I wonder why that is. So you're right though. Stereotypically, whiskeys are a man's drink. Going back as far as my dad's favorite shows were westerns. And what do you order at the bar at a western movie? Whiskey.
Those people I mentioned, like
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra, Old Blue Eyes,
Frankie Blue
Jack
Eyes.
Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Daniels has 2 bottlings named specifically for Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
They have their Sinatra Select and their Sinatra Century, which they released for what would have been his 100th birthday.
Really?
Yep.
Are those still bottled now? Could I go buy that like ABC or
Last time I was
wherever?
there, Total Wine has the Sinatra Select.
No
it is in
shit.
the locked glass case. It's over $100 for a bottle.
Okay.
But you can buy it. I've never had it.
Oh, I was going to ask you if it's worth it. Like, so I'll once in a blue moon go buy Johnny Walker Blue because that's my favorite. That is by far.
I get it.
But I don't know, like, I wouldn't want to spend $100 on that if I didn't know the quality was there. I would trust somebody like you. If you said it's good, I would probably buy a bottle of it then.
I would give you an honest take on it if I had it. But that one I haven't had yet. I think that's one of those ones that I would buy if I had $100 sitting around and I wanted to buy a bottle that I wasn't gonna drink.
You understand? So just so the listeners know, I'm going to hit this again so you can kind of hear it. That is the glass that Dan brought and has poured us all the first sample of whiskey. And I feel like I'm waiting for Dan to say, "And you may drink now," because I'm just here sniffing this, and looking at its legs.
You may kiss the bride.
So before we drink, I'll give you guys this first quote.
Okay.
It is, "Never delay kissing a pretty girl or opening a bottle of whiskey."
Never delay kissing a pretty girl or opening a bottle of whiskey. All right, so kissing a little girl. Whoa, that came out wrong. Kissing a girl or opening a bottle of whiskey.
James Bond?
All right, James Bond, that's not bad. Sean Connery. I'm going to go Sean Connery for every answer.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I've seen my share.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never
either.
heard that
I just
before.
threw it out there.
I'm going to
'cause it
say
felt
Ron
like
Swanson until
It felt like a Bond thing to say, but I don't have a specific movie.
Well, no points for anyone on this one. That was actually Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had to be smart to answer this shit? Well, never mind.
I mean, he's a famous drinker.
He is. And he has cats that have 6 toes.
Yeah, named after him.
Hemingway cats.
Yeah, so
Key West.
if you guys want, go ahead. I know
What's
you're
this first one?
Scotch drinker, so we started with a Scotch. This is Glenmorangie 10.
Huh, okay.
It's your, like, the basic, I don't want to say basic, but it is like a go-to single malt Highland Scotch.
Is this what you were...
This is the one my wife got me for our 5-year wedding anniversary.
I say...
Oh, that's cool.
No, sorry, our 10-year dating anniversary. Because it's 10 years old.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's got some sort of citrus in it. It smells like it has a hair of some kind of citrus.
Did you make old fashions out of this in my house?
No, I never made old fashions with this one.
Nice. I also, I'm not going to tell the story.
Ooh, that bites
Now.
you back.
However,
Holy fuck. I almost died just that one sip. I'm not a drinker. You can tell.
This is the mildest one I have.
Yes.
Well, second
Jesus.
mildest, but the other one is higher alcohol, but it tastes better.
The best thing about a Scotch and a really good whiskey is when you drink that very first sip of the day, that very, very, very first drink where that splash of that liquid hits your tongue and then goes down your throat, straight in your belly. You feel it creep down the throat and the esophagus, and then once it hits the belly, you feel it disperse. You feel that thing hit the bottom.
Yeah,
And man,
warms
I
your
love
soul.
that. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
happy I'm doing this with at least one person who appreciates whiskey for whiskey.
Ron's drunk.
I'm drunk, but
Josh is a great
I have no more
sport. He tries
esophagus.
every new bottle that I offer him a sip of, but he's admitted that he's not a big fan of whiskey neat.
so I like the different flavors of whiskeys, for sure. I will tell the story later, or maybe in the after show. However, I cannot drink whiskey anymore after that poker game with some coworkers at a prior job. I mean, I'll summarize it as such. By the end of that night, at some point, I knocked the closet doors off in my bedroom. I woke up. One of them was like on the bed. And when I say I woke up, I was like in the bathroom. I had shit on the floor. It was awful.
You shit on your floor?
I mean, sort of.
I love this story.
It was
of
just,
Josh getting
it's
Swifty.
so awful. I was just the worst. I have only ever at one point been more drunk in my life. I don't remember you driving me home, Adam.
that was nuts. I didn't drink as much as Josh did that night. The funniest part about it is it was a poker game. It was Texas Hold'em. There was 2 different tables. So it was 18 guys at this place. Excuse me. And Josh knocked out pretty early in the final table. So he made it to the final table, and then he knocked out pretty early in the final table. But Josh is a gentleman when it comes to stuff like that. And he knew he was riding with me. He didn't really have anything to do until the end of the game. So Josh, being hammer drunk on Glenlivet, bottle of Johnny Walker Red that we got Omar that night, and a couple of other specialty drinks that were there.
That was a bunch of well-compensated government contractors
They
who
had the
bought
correct change.
They were bringing in bottles to flex how much money they make.
That's true.
It was awesome.
Josh then began to he was permanent dealer. He's like, I'm going to be permanent dealer. And we're like, oh boy, we'll see how this goes. He definitely had on his whiskey goggles at that point. Anyway, he starts dealing and starts, giving cards out. About the third misshuffle on the first deal, on the very first deck, he's like, you know what? I can't do this. And then Josh disappeared. We lost him outside for a solid 20 minutes. He was gone. We couldn't find him anywhere. So yeah, there you go.
Man, yeah, it was a fun night. I remember having a lot of fun.
When you guys are finished with your tasters, sand them back over here. I can get the new one going. There's going to be a little bit of mingling of flavors. The studio does not have a wet bar yet, so I don't have a way to perfectly rinse these out. But
It's key.
It's okay. I didn't have 40 Glencairns.
Mine will always be the one that's licked clean.
That's fair. I know this is Ron. This is Josh. This is Adam.
And you have the special design
The special design?
on your glass.
Oh, yeah. I've got the pretty one.
Tall Trey, while we're waiting on the next pour, 9-year-old Knob Creek is my jam, he says. Yeah.
That's a good one. Actually, one of the ones I've been eyeballing. But
Ron followed that said, I'm glad you didn't say 9-year-old Knob was your jam. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oof. That's fucking wicked burn. So, Knob Creek has a limited release dated this year. It's a 15-year special. I don't know, there's some. It's like $100 a bottle, and I've really considered buying it, but there's just so many things that are strange and out there, and I kind of set a goal to find the best things under like $50. I'm not trying to break the bank on a whiskey bar.
Sorry. I will tell you my favorite cheap scotch that is comparable to a Johnny Walker Blue is something called Monarch of the Glen. It's about a $20 bottle, but you can't do a blind taste test unless you have a really refined palate and tell the difference between that and the $250 bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. It tastes almost exactly the same. Monarch of the Glen.
When we were doing Living Podcariously, you brought that on one of the episodes.
I didn't. I was introduced to it by one of our guest hosts, Scotch and Good Conversation.
That's
Peter
what it was.
Chaborsky. I always fuck up his last name.
Since you live here, I gave you a little bit extra. Fair warning, we started mild, and we're now at the complete other end of the spectrum.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to be the worst taster by the end of this.
It smells fantastic, but when I get into some information about this, I think you'll all be very surprised.
That's like a maple, like a deep honey, maybe.
Let's not get ahead. So
Number 2, reason you should be drinking scotch right now, or no, you should be drinking whiskey. We just drank scotch, people. Reason number 2, you're a woman.
Oh.
Ooh.
Reason number 9, we're counting backwards.
Backwards, yes.
So, different reasons as, men should be drinking whiskey. And I'm going to go with what I wrote for this one because as a man, I had to try really hard not to be condescending and a douche when I wrote this.
Yeah, I guess that could easily bleed into this a little bit, yeah.
So
Adam doesn't know anything about that.
Just, for example, to get things started, women like Ava Gardner, M, as in James Bond's boss, Lady Gaga, which, however you feel about her, she's a very impressive, intimidating person in general. Strong, capable, inspiring. You do it all and then some, and still manage to go back for more.
Are they all whiskey drinkers?
All of them.
Really?
Yes. Actually, I have a bonus quote in a moment. Let's say you showcase what is wrongly attributed as manliness more than any men you know. Most men drink whiskey because it's a man thing to do, but you deserve that dram.
That was the quote?
That's what I wrote.
That was your quote.
That's what I know have to say about why women should be drinking whiskey. Yeah, I'm ill with a quill, dude.
Ill with a quill.
What is a dram then? I don't know that word.
A dram is a nice pour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one either.
That's a new term by me.
God damn it.
God damn it. So bonus quote before we move in. When offered an extremely fine cognac, James Bond's boss, M, Miss Moneypenny, her specific response was, "No, thank you. I prefer bourbon."
Nice.
So that's the thing. The points quote for the game, I would much rather be somebody's shot of whiskey than everybody's cup of tea.
Marilyn Monroe.
I say it's probably a woman, right? That makes sense.
Definitely. This one is a woman. However, I'm not a fan of the source personally. But it was a perfect quote.
Hillary Clinton. Nice.
Sorry, too easy.
That was good.
No. However, she is also a famous whiskey drinker.
Really?
Yes, she drinks whiskey. She actually did I don't know, it was a photo op press thing, but she went to the Maker's Mark distillery, did a big tour.
Oh, that's cool.
And actually got to dip her own.
Well, somebody's got to wear the pants in that
Select
relationship
bonnets.
because we know Clinton didn't. He wore the dress. Remember?
I remember
He had
you,
his pants off in Epstein's plane.
man, I remember you telling me about that.
You might have to cut that one out.
That's a good one.
Nope, I don't remember who it is. I remember you telling me the story about this person doing that Maker's Mark thing. Maker's Mark. Quit telling me stories when we're drunk, Dan.
I can't help it. I talk way too fucking much. So what we got? Were those joke guesses?
I
or-
guess-
Oh yeah, that was totally a joke. Guys.
I threw out Marilyn Monroe just for the hell of it because
That's not a bad
Frank
guess.
Sinatra and the Kennedys, that era when it was becoming more
What
popular.
about
and recognized.
Jackie Onassis? Jackie O?
Jackie O? Maybe.
All right, I've got nothing. I really don't.
The only other one I would say here, because I know she was I think she was a Scotch drinker, would be Amelia Earhart. Be about the only one I would throw out there for that.
Oh man, I was just reading about her in my 2-year-old's 5-minute storybook.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Well, unfortunately, this one's a little bit more of a pop culture reference. That was, what's her name with the horse face?
No, that's your job.
Was it Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yes,
Sarah Jessica
her
Parker.
character from Sex
That's
and the
sad
City.
that her
You
face. She's
recognize it?
known as the horse face lady. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank Family Guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the character she played in Sex and the City, Carrie Bradshaw. That is a quote from that show from her, and it
okay.
I thought it fit well. It's kind of, the go your own way thing. Whiskey's not for everybody, although it should.
Oh, that smells good.
Ooh, that smells sweet.
It smells honey. It's either honey or maple. I can't tell
what
which
are
one.
what's the proof on this? Or have you told us what we're drinking?
I
yet?
haven't told you
Oh,
the
okay.
proof on this one. I want you to try it first and then give me a guess. That last one
Oh, okay.
was 86 proof. It's a 43%. Nice and
All right,
mild.
So we're gonna
broke that 80% mark.
go up with our drink.
Got to be 80 or better.
Bottoms up, boys.
I'm not a drinker. Sorry.
This one's
not
this
easy
one,
for
this
me,
one,
even a sip.
This one is a little spicy.
I like that. I mean, it tastes completely different than it smells, though.
Yeah.
100%
And it's
different.
there's a trick to it if you have a little bit of difficulty. Like, imagine it's coffee that's far too hot to drink, but you still got to taste it, and then roll it around your tongue a little bit before you swallow it.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And so,
There's two. Yeah, there are two flavor or two different distinct ways to do that. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that one's biting me back right now.
Yeah, this one's a little bit spicy.
Some people aerate it, so they'll take a sip and then add just swish it around your
Put
mouth,
some air
which
through it.
aerates it.
I say,
and
I
then
probably-
breathe out and then drink. And then some people take it straight down the center of the tongue, right to the throat, because ironically, more of your taste buds are in the back of the throat, and they want that taste to hit the better taste buds that aren't aged quicker. So either way will work on any of these.
I tried to back up from the mic, but I think like that aerating thing, you can probably hear me doing it. It's like weird making bubbly sounds.
So this is called Amrit, and it is cask strength.
A-M-R-I-T-E. What is it?
AMRUT. It's from India.
Ooh.
And it is.
It's damn
Anybody
good.
got a
is what it
guess on how strong this is?
pretty good alcohol.
I knew you were going to.
I had to. Come on.
Usually that's me that would do that.
Yeah. Anybody got a guess on how strong this is?
Let me
You
do
know what,
another
Ron?
taste
That's
on
the perfect thing for our first Indian release episode.
it. That's a good point.
Whoops.
We did just jump
Indian
on board.
release
Oh.
episode. There's so much of this that sounds like porn.
Well,
Though
hey-
Adam describing how you swallow your Indian release episode
You know-
comment.
You know how I know you don't get laid?
I'm glad I could do
You
a
know my
promo.
wife.
how
for
do you know I don't
an
get laid,
Indian
Josh?
product on your
Thank
first
you.
Indian?
Yes, you did.
Indian release. Amrit Spirits. If you're out there, shout out. This is some good
Amrit
shit.
Spirit. Fly with Amrit Spirits.
This is a 3-sipper for me, Dan.
So-
You pour very handsomely.
So he does everything handsomely. How do you know I don't get laid, Josh? I want to hear your little joke.
All the things that you just said. I just stopped because Dan was talking. Rude.
Okay, so now that he's not talking, I don't understand. I don't get laid because of the thing. Yeah, there we go. I don't get laid because of the things I said. What do you mean?
Trying to put me on the hot seat when you know I don't like being mean.
Well, you started it.
No,
finish it, bitch.
That's right. That's fine. That's fine. Everything sounds like a euphemism. I can't even say like wild orgy release party without you just thinking it's sexual.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
frustrating.
sexual.
So frustrating.
Ron, do you know how proofs work on alcohol? You know what that means?
I don't actually.
So
I don't. Why don't you condescend a little bit harder and tell me?
was sharing information to our lit.
Hey, Ronnie.
Don't take it out on me. You're fighting with Josh, not me, buddy.
Do you know what it means? What proof means, buddy?
Well, we're talking about you're besmirching the good man's list.
Dude,
here.
I'm just having fun. I am not sensitive. Go ahead, tell me what.
I told you
proof
he's
mean?
drunk on that first one. No, it's
only gonna get better.
You can't. So alcohol proof basically is the percentage of alcohol times 2. So for example, if we had more or less times 2, a 200 proof would be 100% alcohol. A 100 proof is 50%.
So 80
virtually.
is 40%. So we want better
correct.
than 40% is what
Correct.
he's always looking for.
I was just
No,
So
I didn't know that. Thank you, actually. That's good.
That I'd put it right at about 100. I put that maybe 95 to 100 proof right in there. It's going to be higher than that.
It's 124 proof.
Shit. And
So
we use
62? Did I do that math right?
very good.
61.8% alcohol by volume. It's, when I said cask strength,
That's pretty strong.
That's like casket strength. I'm
Yeah.
going to die if I drink too much.
all these alcohols you get at 40 proof, it doesn't come out of the barrel like that. It comes out of the barrel and they add water to proof it down to keep that specificness. And it's at 40%, they're kind of standardizing and stretching as far as they can and just getting the most out of their dollar. But proofing down also, it allows the distiller to tailor the specific flavor that they're looking for.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's good.
What makes a whiskey, and I'm sure proof has something to do with it, but let's take 100 proof. I guess that's a number. I guess any of it could be a number, right?
100 proof would be 50%.
200 proof whiskeys, Dan. What makes 100 proof whiskey $30 for a bottle and another one $150 for a bottle?
Great question.
That is a great question.
That is a great question. Most of it, marketing.
Marketing, branding. Okay.
Marketing, branding, hype is a big factor.
Pop culture, where it's at.
Sure.
Does it get mentioned in a rap video?
Yeah. Actually, a lot of stuff that gets mentioned
It's true. It's just,
a lot of the liquor that gets mentioned in pop culture, like rock music, a lot of rock music, they are existing brand whores.
Yeah.
So, people drink like Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is a big one.
From the 90s. How about the most famous drink that didn't really taste much alcohol in it? You just tasted like Kool-Aid? Hypnotic. You remember Hypnotic from the 90s?
dude, do you remember
it being in all the rap songs.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Wasn't that my birthday?
Yeah, you drank.
Holy
I was pissed
shit.
at this
Pleasure Island.
We were driving out of Pleasure Island to take Ron out for his birthday.
Oh,
and
God.
it was me, my buddy Scott, Scott, and Ron riding in my old school. What did I have? Cutlet. No, I had a whatever car. Ron's in the back seat. Me and Scott in the front, just cruising right along, driving down the highway. We turn around. Ron is halfway done with our one bottle of Hypnotic that we had to share between
on
the three
my
of us.
own, dude.
Wow.
He was just downing the
And
bottle.
I was like, this tastes like Kool-Aid.
100%.
Then so this was before we got to Pleasure Island. Then we get to Pleasure Island, and bruh, I was gone. You guys carried me to the house. She was actually handled it pretty well. I'll give Jackie's my wife for those who don't know. She handled it pretty well for as absolutely disastrously blitzed as I came home.
That's one of those nights where you
Thank you,
expect
sir.
to get beat up in the parking lot.
Oh, what was I doing?
Almost getting us beat up in the parking lot. No joke.
I mean, like, that doesn't really narrow it down for me on a drinking night. So
You were challenging, at the very end of the night, you were challenging 3 guys that were way bigger than us in their car by standing in front of their car. And
A fight.
no, straight up to a fight. And they
for
were.
what? What did I want to fight him for?
I have no idea, dude. It didn't matter. We had your back, but we also
you guys
at the same time, we were trying to tell them, hey, dude, we're sorry. It's just their buddy. Just ignore him. Meanwhile, you're standing in front of their car, preventing them from going anywhere, going, fuck you. It was awesome.
I don't even remember that. Wow. I was like,
It was a great night.
yeah, I went from that to I just don't hardly drink at all now. I drink maybe once a year, max.
All right,
This is the
cheers.
first time I've drank in 2020.
Yeah,
You drank at my house
Oh yeah,
for Adam's bachelor party.
that was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
A year and a half ago. Yeah.
yeah.
That this isn't the first time since I drank since then. I know I drank, I think Halloween. I drank, speaking of it, a shit ton. I don't, for whatever reason. I went through, old man story here. I went through a long period of time where my liver was just not acting right. My liver enzymes were bad. I was having fatty liver issues. And how I started to get a clue on that was I would drink, even just the amount of alcohol we've drank now would give me red streaky face. My liver was not processing alcohol whatsoever. Beer, liquor, forget it. I couldn't drink a sip of it without getting completely flush and horrible. So I stopped drinking for probably 5 or 6 years, almost completely. But I've been working on my liver, trying to eat the right things, trying not to eat the wrong things, et cetera, et cetera. Staying away from alcohol was a big help to that. Not that I was an alcoholic. That wasn't the reason. It was actually bad eating habits was why my liver was doing that. But I decided I'd test it a little bit on Halloween with some Fireball. And I drank a shot, and
That
I
was
was
two
like,
mistakes at once.
yeah, I drank a shot, and I was like, cool, okay. About 15, 20 minutes later, drank another shot. By the night was over, I had drank like 8 shots of Fireball. And I wasn't destroyed, though. I wasn't hammered. I didn't get like flush and red. But I just got into a lifestyle habit of hardly ever drinking now. I just don't hardly drink.
I don't drink that often.
It went from health to I just don't really
I've got a bottle of Glenlivet up there that's been there for maybe 3 months now.
And
I just don't drink that often either.
I don't go out a lot. I'm, in my 40s now. I don't go out party. I don't go out to clubs. You know what I mean? I mean, this year, nobody's hardly going out. I'm not the kind of guy that just sits in my house and drink. I just don't drink in my house. It's not fun.
What we're doing right now, like as a real adult, and I say that like multiple times, homeowner, I'm married, I'm over 30, real adult, this is the way to drink. You drink to enjoy until you feel it. And then, give it a break, slow down. That's the best way to do it. You don't destroy your liver. You don't commit heinous acts that you don't remember.
You don't try and fight people in the parking lot.
Yeah. You don't develop a second personality who has his own name that people know comes out when you drink too much.
I'm going to miss Dave.
Is that, I was going to say, is that Daniel?
No.
Is that, was it Dave?
Yours
Dave.
was
Dave.
Jason.
Was it yours was Jason?
Mine's Jason.
We saw Jason that story about Josh dealing poker. That was Jason. That wasn't
Oh,
Josh.
yeah. That was...
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got here?
Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. I'm gonna get it right this time. Number 8.
1098. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good.
Reason why you should be drinking whiskey. You had a great day, great week, great month. You're celebrating.
I like it.
Just that simple. I used the same quote twice.
I'm gonna get this one.
I've already forgotten who it was. 2 shots of, well, not shots,
Yeah.
sips of liquor. I've already forgotten.
Wow, did I really do that? I have an extra one.
Let's get it.
Andrea every once in a while will pour me when she knows I've had a really good day at work, like when I've had a lot that I've accomplished and it's been a stressful but yet accomplishing day. She'll bring me one of my glasses because I like 3 and 3. 3 fingers, 3 cubes. That's how I like my scotch typically. And she'll bring me my 3 and 3 and say, you've earned this today. We heard it over the wall or whatever.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I
super cool
100% agree. Yeah.
All right, so I have a quote in mind. This one's a little bit more modern, directly from like the modern whiskey scene, I guess, if that's the appropriate terminology. And the quote is, "The best whiskey is the one you like the way you like to drink it." It's kind of ironic that you came through with that specific description of yours. As I was just pulling this off the top of my head, it just
Almost like we
needed to
planned
come up
that.
with one.
We didn't though. We didn't plan it.
We didn't plan it at all.
So the best whiskey is the one you like the way you like to drink it.
The one you like to drink the way you like to drink it.
I'm going to say that's Burger King.
My way.
Anybody?
Close.
Yeah. What, really?
No.
Oh, damn.
Not even close. I think fast food or just food retailers in general, there's like a law against them promoting alcohol.
Oh, interesting. I guess that's a good point. There are overseas. You'll find alcohol inside places like that, but not in the U.S.
Yeah, they mentioned that.
Maybe it's because it's so driven
Vincent Vega
towards
mentioned
children.
that in Pulp
maybe?
Fiction. You get a glass of beer.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, these are tougher than I thought they were.
This is the most interesting man alive quote. Oh, that's Dos Equis.
That's Dos Equis.
Yeah, different type of drink.
Somewhat.
I don't have a clue, my man. I'm sorry.
Sean Connery.
This one comes from
Sean Connery.
two dudes. They
And a car?
Well,
Oh, no.
they have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, they are, I believe, the founders of the America's first crowd-funded distillery called the Crowded Barrel. It's in Austin, Texas.
Huh.
And their names are Daniel and Rex. I don't know their last names. I'm sorry if by chance you guys listen to this.
They don't listen. Come on.
But yeah, it's a great channel resource. I sometimes, if I'm trying to figure out which whiskey to buy that week, I'll see if there's a review or something of it, and it sounds like something I might like.
Did you join
of
any
the
of those?
resources.
I meant to ask you this earlier in the episode, but are any of these from like a one of those services, like a wine of the month kind of club? Are you members of any of those?
I have not done that. I thought about I think it's one of the bigger ones is Flaviar. I thought about it, but I have a Total Wine close enough by where once a week I can just go buy a whole bottle instead of subscribing for whatever amount of money per month or per 3 months it is.
He couldn't find a whiskey of the day club, so he said, "Fuck it. If you're not sending me a bottle every day, I'm not interested."
Yeah, well, and they send little vial, like these tasters.
Oh, okay.
You get like 3 or 4 of them a month or something like that, and then at the end of your term, you can pick a bottle of whatever.
That's awesome. I was going to do that for Andrea, but for wine. She's a big wine drinker.
But so number 8, you're celebrating. Let's see. There are a few ways to cap off a good time, but there are a few that equate to a few well-earned drinks with friends or even alone. If the mood strikes you, I mean, just a little bit of alone time, a few sips, whatever your fancy is, riding the high of success, and that vehicle needs fuel, and that fuel is alcohol, preferably whiskey. It's the perfect accent for your revelry. The robust, complex flavors and warm burn taking you on another wonderful journey with each sip.
Ron, the warm burn that he's referring to is from the whiskey, not the crotch rot you might have from a girlfriend in the past or something. Just clarify.
That only burns when I pee.
Is this how it really be? They are relentless on you, my
It's
man.
great. I love it.
Normally it's Tach. But
I'm
Tach
such a
might-
cocky ass. I come here for abuse.
He's a sadist.
Oh, he
Yes.
pushes it right back
Yeah.
out. Don't you let him think that he takes all the brunt of the abuse in this room. It gets dished out just as evenly.
I'm just being nice because you're. I'm a
Sadists like to punish
masochist.
people. Masochists like being
The next
punished.
step is me just tied up in some leather with a ball gag. That's gonna be my whole part of the podcast.
That's another list. Another
Another
night.
different list.
Ron the Gimp.
Yes.
10 best occurrences.
Because I hurt my leg, so people keep calling me a gimp. And I was like, please keep calling me a gimp. I told it to my new manager. He's like, what's up, gimp? I'm like, am I chained up in leather and you're in the corner of your office? And he just looked at me like he had fucking no idea. Like, who did I just hire?
That's when you show up to work on Casual Friday in a gimp suit.
I thought it was Casual Friday.
Could somebody unzip me my mouth, please?
So tell me again about this amber fluid in this glass here.
This one, and you can't really see the
legs?
the best part about this one. I guess if you hold it up to the light, it's a little bit.
Thick?
Yeah, some
It's
of
got
these are
some
going to be
legs
that
on
way.
it.
It's
Oh, yeah, definitely. It has legs.
Dude, the legs
Cloudiness
last
to
for
it.
days on this glass.
See this? It's not perfectly clear. That's the way the whiskey is. This was not a dirty tasting
I
jar.
believe you.
Yeah, it's like hazy.
This one's gonna be. Well, you get your own notes. If someone tells you what you're looking for, your brain will automatically find it.
It's a good call.
It's got a sharper scent than the other ones.
Wow, that's way smoother than the last one. Last one was sharp.
See, so far for me, the first one took the hair off my balls, but since then, I've been okay. Maybe I just needed that first sip of liquor because I haven't drank liquor in so long.
Why do I think eucalyptus when I drink this? It's weird.
Because that's what hits your palate. Like I said, people will taste different things from it.
This one I actually like so far of the three. This is definitely by far my favorite.
Yeah,
This is something I could see having a sip of.
This one was one of my my wife picks. So my wife doesn't drink at all. It doesn't agree with her. She's got gastro GERD. That's what they call it. So she gets real bad like heartburn. She has to throw up a lot when she eats the wrong thing or drinks the wrong things. But this one is from Swift Distillery. It's in Texas, and they do not chill filter their
Could you
whiskey.
describe what that means for us novices?
Chill filtering is I would reference it to brewing beer, but you might not know how that works either. Basically, as you bring the temperature down, the solids and the things that are diluted into the liquid tend to settle further and further towards the bottom, and then they filter it. And they don't do that process.
It changes the absorption. The like if you take sugar and you're making yourself a sweet tea, and you've got unsweet tea that's just sitting on the counter at room temperature, or unsweet tea that's in your refrigerator, which one will the sugar dissolve into faster?
Yeah,
the one on the room
temperature.
temperature.
Yeah.
So the same process there is that how that distilling works inside the absorption into that liquid changes at different temperatures, ambient temperatures. That's most likely the same idea here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I really like this one as well.
That's good.
It's real mellow, has a little bit of smokiness to it. Not too sweet. A lot of people who don't
Josh
drink
is making a face over there, man.
whiskey,
That one hit him right or wrong.
They don't pull the sweetness out of it because the alcohol burn is so abrupt and abrasive. It's one of those things you got to expose yourself to. It's like smoking cigars.
That one has a weird, I want to say aftertaste. Like it's got a lingering effect to it. Not gross, not in a bad way, but it's like it's like if you just drank something with mint, then you still you retain that mint flavor
right there in the center of your tongue.
Yeah. This has got something that's residual there, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
You know something fun and unique about this list in general? Mm-hmm. You really actually, like everybody, we all put in a lot of work into our lists. Like the amount of work into this list in general is awesome because this is actually, he's put together 3 different lists. He's got 10 reasons.
Oh yeah, good call.
Right? Why you should drink whiskey. He's got 10 fucking different whiskeys that he thought about what he wanted to go with each saying, and he's got 10 different quotes.
Yeah.
9.
Well, yeah. He duplicated that one.
9.5.
Well, technically,
he gave us his own quote.
I gave you an extra
so he got
one.
it. He brought it.
I gave you a bonus quote from M.
Yeah, this is true.
That's a good point.
That's actually impressive, though. I mean,
In your face, Ron.
No, Ron.
that was awesome. That was good. No, it's just impressive because he's actually put together
That's
like
actually from
3 different lists in one, all related.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
There you go.
Oh wait, let me give him my glass.
Yeah,
I'm actually wiping the inside of my glass down, and just because I want to have a completely different taste each time.
We're gonna move on to the next one here.
Yeah. So while you get this next one ready, Dan, I've been wanting to bring up something because I think it's the coolest alcohol-based tradition that I've heard in a while.
Shots.
Yeah, it's the best. You just pour a little bit of straight alcohol and just chug it so you don't taste it. Your
Shots till we die.
Infinity bottle?
Yeah.
Eternity bottle? Is Infinity, is that right?
Infinity, yeah.
Eternity is the cologne.
Well, so he has this thing. He talks about the different whiskeys that he tries and the ones that he really likes. And stop me if I'm stomping on your story. But the ones that he really likes, he takes a little bit and he pours it into a Infinity bottle. And it's just all of the whiskeys that he likes mixed together. And then that's his super special occasion bottle.
And I'll stop you right there because that is on the list.
Awesome. Heck yeah. I haven't had anything out of it yet. I haven't tried the Infinity bottle since he started it. So
Nice.
Yeah, and that one also has the benefit of being talked about later.
All
cool.
right. I like
Yeah,
it.
sorry to
No,
we'll call it a teaser.
That's
We'll call
okay.
it a teaser. I meant to do that.
I just started to go into something about it as well, and I got to hold off, or else we won't have anything to talk about for number 1. Damn it! I gave it.
Wow, you're really giving it away.
Is that mine? All right.
Okay, this one's now a fair warning. This one is out there.
Ooh. Smell smells interesting.
And I have an excellent description for the taste and or flavor of this one that I will give you guys after we get into it.
Tach's going to have a fun time editing this. Yeah, we're in an hour already.
Really?
For the first half, yeah.
Ooh.
Chug, chug, chug.
I'm in. I'm game.
Yeah, sorry to go
one's-
extra long on you.
No, you're fine.
That's what he
as
said.
Ron put it. Yeah, this asshole brought us 3 lists in one. We're going to be here until next week.
No, I wasn't complaining. I mean, it's
I know,
fun.
man.
I want to try, and it's just coming up. I want to try and keep the names of these different
interesting.
whiskeys
Yes.
more prominent.
I've got all of them written down and labeled as well.
Can you throw it in Telegram for me later? That way I can add it to the show notes so we
Yeah.
can make sure we give the proper name to the proper...
when we're done, we'll just put them all out and we'll take a nice picture.
Oh, that works.
A
Okay.
nice thumbnail.
I like that.
That's an industry term, folks.
Trey is asking for these. As we go through them, what are the proofs on these? So as we...
Yeah, I have them all written down. So
Okay, cool.
Before I move on, I'll just start. The first one we already talked about. That was 86 proof, 43%.
Sweet.
Number 2, the Amrit, which
123.8.
123.8 proof.
Look at you.
No,
Connoisseur.
123.6.
Oh, fuck.
We're close.
I suck.
But yeah, that one's bottled right out of the cask. The third one was Swift. I believe that is. I've got it written down right here.
And for those of you listening either on Discord or to the show after the fact, yes, it's as good as it sounds. We're drinking whiskey for the podcast tonight. I'm just saying that's what we're
My
doing.
suggestion to you, if you're listening to this now, maybe if you're driving in your car, you're at work, pause this because there's plenty more show left, folks. Wait till you get home, get in your man cave, get you some whiskey, and finish the show that way. That's my thought process.
That's a good call.
Then get in Patreon and get in the after show when you're hammered, and we'll actually sound funny.
Or if you are listening to us on Patreon, take a picture of what you're drinking, upload it to the Discord. I said that backwards, but you know what I meant. If you're listening to us on Discord, take a picture of what you're drinking and let us see. And clothing optional, of course.
I'm just gonna keep pressuring you with more reasons you should be doing everything we've just said. So Swift was also 86 proof, 43%.
Okay.
And this next one, so last one was great day, great week, celebration.
This is number 7.
Number 7, you've had a terrible day or week.
That's a really good reason
Or
to
month.
drink.
It's a fantastic reason.
This is a good quote. I don't think any of you will get this. It's kind of obscure. It's from a book, but maybe one of you has read it. I would have preferred whiskey. There's nothing like its bold flavor and strong burn to remind you that you're alive, and then quickly dull that feeling.
Ooh, it's from a book. So Ron used to manage a Books A Million, so he may know this.
50 Shades of Grey.
No.
All right, not 50 Shades of Grey. So somebody that drinks scotch. Is it an autobiography or is it a fictional tale?
I believe it is fiction.
Okay.
I didn't look that far into it. Maybe some of.
Was it later turned into a movie?
I have never seen the movie. If
Okay.
it was,
Okay, that's fair. How about if I just name the author?
Yeah,
I'm going to go L. Ron Hubbard.
I just Googled whiskey quotes, so I didn't
Scientologist.
get a lot of information. I just
Nice.
found ones that sounded good for the
Gotcha.
subject matter at
I was
hand.
going Scientology.
Yeah, I don't think they're allowed to drink.
That's a fiction.
Oh. Character's name.
Nothing.
Character's name is Melanie A. Smith. The book is called Everybody Lies.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is this a book you've read?
No.
Oh.
That's a quote
Melanie,
that I read. off of
Everybody
Google
Lies.
search.
Oh, gotcha.
Figure to be written by a woman.
So
Everybody Lies.
this one, as we determined, number 7.
Chauvinistic.
Bad
bastard.
day, terrible day, week.
Sure.
You're having a rough time. You just need a drink. Doesn't need really that much description. You want to warm your soul up a little bit and turn your frown upside down. However, and this is just something I wrote. Just the way the world is right now, we've all got our vices, and they are often a necessary evil. Drink or two now and then to wind down. It's all well and good. Everything in moderation. But everybody should also remember, if you're ever feeling really down, having a bad time, do not ever hesitate to reach out to somebody or anybody.
Sage advice.
If you need it, ask for it. Someone is always there.
Yeah, it's very, very good call. Having a bad day is, though, a very good reason to drink a glass or two. Not to indulge, not to imbibe too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're spot on.
If you want more than 2, drink wine. Also acceptable.
Is the number 6 going to be the day ends in Y? That's the reason you should drink. We got it for a good day and we got it for a bad day. Now we just got it for every day in between. We got to get there. All right. What do we got now?
So this one here, and again, this one's a little bit out there.
Yeah, it's a little potent smelling.
Yes. This one is a Scotch, although it is an Islay Scotch.
An Islay Scotch?
It is super smoky.
The first one was a Highland Scotch. Yes, it is.
Very. I didn't realize that's what I was smelling. I'm looking around like, holy shit, I smell smoke. And I'm waiting for you guys to look around. I'm like, does no one smell smoke? I know I'm not imagining things. I can fucking smell smoke. And then when I decided to
from across
smell
the room,
I was like, holy shit, it's this.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize that. It's not that it smells smoky as you would describe food. Ron and I both did it. Ron just didn't see me do it. It smells like smoke. It smells like
something's on fire.
Yeah, it smells like
it smells like
something's
smoke.
burning. Yeah. Not
right
like
over there?
barbecue.
Yeah, it's like brush. It's almost like brush. Yeah, it's like a campfire smell.
Yeah, and this is an Islay Scotch, which Scotch has 3 main varieties. Well, technically 2. I'm still a noob
Cheers, listeners.
at this shit. But you've got your Highland Scotches, which are a little more sweet. They're distilled in the Highlands of Scotch. Islay Scotches are brewed in Islay, the islands on the coast of Scotch.
Wait a minute. In the coast of Scotch?
Distilled.
Scotland.
Oh, I was like, Scotch is a place you can just go and visit? Holy shit.
it gets
a lot of
to-
drunk-ass people there.
But they're aged by the sea. And
it tastes smoky, too.
yeah, they smoke the
Would you say
malts.
it's aged in a city by the sea?
Wow.
Little plug for Truphonic.
Maybe
our
maybe a
in-studio
town,
friends.
but we can stretch it.
All right, that works.
Yeah, and they this is smoke. They smoke the malt and the barley
The malt liquor.
over actual over peat, like from a bog.
Poor guy.
They yeah poor Pete. There's no one named
that's good.
Pete in Scotland anymore.
This tastes way harsher than it goes down. This goes down smoother than most scotches. It's
Yeah.
Unless my
it's-
tongue is
it's
just
got a
getting
little
numb
bit
now,
of
I can't believe the smell and the taste, how fucking smoky it is. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I mean, I'm not saying I love it or hate it. It's just, it's a very unique
say
smell
when-
and flavor for an alcohol.
when I drink this one, I don't drink this one very often. This is like every once in a while I'll come back to it and see if my palate's changed or anything. I don't dislike it. It's a lot. And my basic description of the taste of this one is like crisp bacon cooked over a tire fire.
okay. I see that. It definitely does have some robustness to it.
Yeah.
The smokiness is spot on. I drink that and I imagine myself sitting out beside the campfire. That's just where I place myself.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What did you say the proof was? Or did you not?
This one is similar to the other ones, I believe. Oh no, this one's a little higher. This 46%, so 92 proof for Smoky.
Okay.
This is Smoky Joe.
Oh, that's the name of
It
the
is called,
scotch?
Smoky Joe. It's actually pretty affordable. Scotch, goes up, goes down.
Sure.
Some of it's real expensive, some of it's real cheap. This was, I think, like $29
Nice.
for the
Not bad.
bottle. But yeah, that's that one. And I think the flavor of that really accentuates the whole bad day.
Man, I feel like I licked
good
an
call.
ashtray. That's what this tastes like.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't want to insult it, but it smells
no.
like I just drank ashes.
Not
Like
everybody's a
someone,
fan. That's okay.
Like someone
Yes.
ashed in my drink and I accidentally drank it. That is actually what it tastes like.
Yeah, I don't want that.
It's very unique.
I mean, for me, that is not a great flavor. But
I got it too.
I say as a compliment to the distillers.
They got what they were going
Yeah,
for.
say when
It's
for going
done
for that,
very
they
well.
they did it right.
It's the whole experience of smoking a cigar without the face cancer.
Yeah.
Now it's just liver cancer, but
Well, everything in moderation, my friend.
Here you go. Give me my glass.
So, as we go on, it looks like Ron's a pro already. He's taken his paper towel. He's actually getting
cleaning
what's
out the
left
inside
out of there.
I can
mean,
just
as
taste
you
the
go on,
difference.
the flavor, it's just a little bit of blending. This one will,
Yeah.
the smell will stick with it a little bit, but it won't affect it that much. So I'm gonna go on to the next one. Anybody had a really bad day recently they feel like talking about?
I've actually had a ton of
a bad day.
taking one down.
There you go.
I've actually had a shit ton of good days lately, so I know. That's why I'm drinking, I guess.
So yeah, you got.
I've had a good week.
I say I don't want to spill your news.
Oh, new job? Yeah, the new job, everybody loves their new job at first, but it's rare when you get a job. I'm sure you guys have done this, right? You get a job that you think is going to be one thing, and it turns out this is not what I thought it was going to be. I know you guys have
We've
experienced
talked about that on air a
I
few
say,
times.
I've
right?
gone so far down that road. I've called
Okay.
lawyers.
So this is one of those super rare occasions where this job has been 100,000% exactly what I thought it would be,
good.
and the reasons why I decided to accept the offer.
That's awesome.
So it's been all nothing but good things, and I'm understanding where I'm already seeing where the gap in my business was, and how I can do better.
I gotcha. You're enjoying it then? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
I'm absolutely not. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but not just enjoying it. I'm getting from this job what I needed to get from it already really quickly, and showing improvement in my process and processes super quickly.
Good.
Like that it's going to, I've been doing this business the hard way and the wrong way for 2.5 years, and now someone showing me.
Someone.
Yeah, baby.
That's the Scotch talking.
Scotch talking.
So do I need to redo my mortgage? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, not technically, not logistically, like from a sales perspective. From no, it's nothing to do with that. Nice. No, from a sales perspective, totally was going about it the hard way, and this guy's showing me the right way or ways to go about it.
Cool.
So,
Well,
so that's why I'm excited.
This is going to be, number 6. Reason number 6 that you should be drinking whiskey. You drink wine.
It's better than water.
I mean, no. The love of wine typically stems from its delicious, complex flavors, the variety that you can get, just all of the different kinds. It's a wonderland.
My body is.
I was thinking the
you were
same
thinking
thing.
it, weren't you?
Your body is a woman.
On that category, if you drink wine for those reasons or along those lines, you should do yourself a favor and go to Whiskey Town.
You should do yourself.
A lot of douche. A lot of the people that I know that like wine don't like whiskeys and scotches because of the sharpness of a whiskey or a scotch. They bite hard. The only types of wine lovers that I've known that have transitioned well into scotches or whiskeys or bourbons sometimes are Merlot fans. Or Merlot, or a dark, deep, dry red.
People who prefer strong reds.
Yes, because it's got that
also-
that same initial kick to it. Because a good Merlot, like something that's dry and bitter and will hit you when you drink that Merlot, is the same feeling that you get from a good Scotch or a good whiskey.
Only for the bold.
Exactly.
Is that the quote? Oh, okay.
I know this one. That's Dan. I know this one.
The quote on this one is a simple one, but I guess you'd have to be a little bit studious to know this one as well. Whiskey is liquid sunshine.
Oh, liquid sunshine.
No idea.
Tall tray comedy.
No clue.
That is
Damn.
George Bernard Shaw.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is or
He was an author,
George Shaw.
I think. A literatarian. What's
A
that?
literatarian.
That's an awesome word.
Big words
What's
there.
that word?
Oh, you're not going to call Dan on that, Ron?
A producer of literature.
Well, it's a real word.
That's called a
I
writer.
don't call it out when it's a real word.
That's called a writer.
Writer. There's actually a whiskey called Writer's Tears that I was tempted to get for this, but I strayed. I went with something
Who
else.
said this quote?
So
To
what-
boldly drink where no man has drank before. No.
I believe that was Ron.
So what are we drinking?
George Bernard Shaw was Shaw. George Bernard Shaw was a playwright. His influence in Western theater, culture, and politics extended from the 1880s to his death and beyond. what was he known for? Literary series, The Intelligent Woman's Guide to Socialism, Capitalism, and More. All right, I like it.
He was a Marxist.
Maybe.
All right, so what do we got here?
So this one, on the theme of going from wine to whiskey, this is called Angel's Envy. It is a bourbon
I like that name.
finished in, I believe it's port wine, or maybe it's Oloroso sherry.
I was gonna say this almost tastes like almost like a mead.
Are we allowed to drink it now?
Oh yeah,
I mean, taste. It smells like a mead.
This is I told Josh about this one.
What's
earlier.
a
I think
mead?
he might even.
God,
like it.
I'm so ignorant with
It's a
liquor,
honey wine.
alcohol.
It's wine made from honey.
Okay, man,
all
I
it
am
is.
so. I'm sorry. I am so dumb.
It's
with this
fucking
shit.
delicious.
Hey, it's something to get you drunk. Drink it.
Oh, cheers,
This
listeners.
one's so good.
Oh wait, let me make that a little bit.
Man, I wonder how that comes through.
Hopefully not bad. Listener, goddamn, that's loud.
Hey,
What are you
stop.
It's Blair like blasting.
That's
you.
not the bell.
That
That's
was
the glass.
That was much better.
Ooh, it definitely doesn't taste like a mead.
That's a little bit more bite to it.
That's good.
I can when I breathe, I feel like I'm breathing fire on that one.
Dragon breath. You know it's a good whiskey when your balls move when you drink it.
Like the hair from my nose. Every time I breathe, the hair from my nose is singeing off as I breathe. You know, Josh does not look like he's enjoying these at all.
Man,
I really thought Josh would like this one.
This one's good. This
like
one's
you're having
fantastic.
very good.
I expected to be the one making that face every time, which I'm making a face, but he looks in
Like-
more pain than me.
I wasn't exaggerating. Like I had such an awful hangover experience. Legitimately could have made an argument to be hospitalized the next day because I drank so much.
Oh wow!
It was really
So you
bad.
almost have like a psychological.
Yeah, I can't. Every sip that I have taken has given me goosebumps. Every single
Here,
one.
sir.
Do me a favor. Would you repeat the name of that one and the proof of that one? Because that is a one I will go and buy. That I liked. I enjoyed that more than any one that you've brought so far.
That one is Angel's Envy,
Angel's Envy.
and that
Okay.
comes in at 87 proof.
All right, cool. That's fantastic. So what is that, Ron?
What? Oh, what happened?
87 proof is how much percent of alcohol?
174? No.
No, other way, buddy.
Oh wait. Oh, it's half.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 43.5.
Yeah, there we
All
go.
right.
And on that trivia question, that is Dan's 10 through 6. So let us take a break in studio. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I was glass.
Oh, copy that. Yeah, we're going to take a break.
I gave you my glass.
I know. I was,
We're going to take a break. The listeners on Discord, you'll still hear us kind of chit-chatting in here. But for the show listeners, if you download the episode, you're just going to hear a little bit of a pause. And we will be right back.
I think they play safe bets that I never get this off my chest. But since then I learned better, though it took me forever. Born and raised in a pasture until family disaster. The only other road went straight southern for the East Coast. But ever since that I arrived, all the talk about was leaving. And I could care less about some changing of the seasons. And they ain't never lived nowhere, they thought that it was freezing. They don't know what they believe in. For the sun, wind and rain, I never change a thing, because you see me all the way till the judgment day. In the city, as by the sea, that's where I should be. And if it's drowning, well, I'll be swimming. In the city, as by the sea. As my words manifest, I see it's just a big disguise. My friends, I thought they were the best, they ended up telling me lies. I guess I gotta live with what I'm given and deal with my decisions. But I'm tired of people living like it's only their perspective.
All right, welcome back to the Twisted 10. Dan made us, so before we get back into your recap of your list, you made us something on our break that we're indulging in right now. Before we get back into that, what'd you make us?
This is, well, we'll just go into it.
All right.
I'm flipping an answer, or I'm flipping one of the points on this list up a couple spots just because the studio here does not have a wet bar. Adam.
We may have to convert part of that other side of the studio into a bar. I'm not going to park a car in it anytime
Fill
soon.
that in up there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll have to do something.
But just, for the sake of keeping things as clean and less mayhem as possible, we'll just move this one up the list a little bit. So, number 5, reasons you should be drinking whiskey, is simply the old-fashioned.
The old-fashioned.
So we are all drinking some wonderful old-fashions at the moment.
There's a lot of work that goes into making an old-fashioned. I actually never knew what all went into that.
It's actually super easy when you have a proper place to make drinks. And an old-fashioned cocktail doesn't have to be whiskey. It is just most commonly whiskey. An old-fashioned is whatever your spirit of choice is, a little bit of sweet, some bitters, and something aromatic. I forgot to pick up an orange on the way here.
Oh, Ron's
Would that
face.
make it not taste like shit?
So you're not a fan of the old-fashioned?
God, no. Ugh.
It's also a sipper. But instead of just drinking the whiskey as it is, it doesn't try to... Let me read you about the old-fashioned here. And this is, again, what I wrote.
Sure.
The world of cocktails, so diverse and wonderful. There's literally a special drink for anybody, no matter what their taste or background is. The best cocktails, in my opinion, find a way to embrace and accentuate the spirit, allowing you to fully enjoy it for what it is, instead of hiding it behind a wall of dilution and other flavor. It is simple, elegant, and heartwarming. The spirit of your choice, with a dash of sweet and some bitters, a little aromatic garnish, and that's it.
In your face, vodka, hiding behind the flavors of other drinks to make yourself...
Vodka.
Vodka is for children and alcoholics. Do not drink vodka. I hate vodka.
There's no flavor. Well, to me, there's no flavor to it.
It's not supposed to.
Isn't that the point? That you
That's
can
the whole
make
point.
any drink.
Yeah.
Cool. Capri Sun. I'm gonna get hammered.
Gatorade. Add vodka.
Yes, just add vodka to anything.
I put vodka into Pedialyte.
For the kids?
No. To help cope
In
with
their
the
bottles?
For himself.
For me.
Cope with the kids. And stay hydrated.
We're all at 0 points, but a nice quote here related to the old-fashioned. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment.
Ooh, that's deep.
That is a good one.
I'm going to go William Shatner.
William Shatner never said anything profound.
Sure he did. Everything he says is profound. It's because of the emphasis on the correct syllable.
The emphasis on the syllable.
All right, so this is going to be... this is my legitimate Ron Swanson guess. I was joking about it earlier because I have no idea.
That really does sound like something that Ron Swanson would say.
Stay classy.
Ron, say Ron Burgundy. Damn it. You see where I was going with that. I was going to say Ron Burgundy. Scotch.
0 points once again. Well done, gentlemen.
No idea.
That was a Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
That was my next guess, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Emerson.
Yeah, that was
I was
Ron
going to say
Swanson
Ralph,
Emerson.
but I was going to say Ralph Macchio.
Nice.
Not the same Ralph. By the
My
way,
cousin Vinny.
His show is back on.
Hell yeah, I saw it.
Netflix.
Finished both seasons already.
Oh, there's 2 seasons. I
There's
didn't
2
even know about
seasons,
It.
yeah.
All right, I have to watch. I just
awesome.
started to watch the first of the.
I don't want to get a
Very first
tangent,
Yeah,
but it's awesome.
So real quick, before we do number 4, we should do our we still have to do the recap.
I can't finish.
Oh, yeah,
this,
good call.
by the way. We're gonna have to dump it in that cup.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Not everybody is a fan
Yeah.
of whiskeys and scotches, and that's okay. That's our
Here,
alcohol
I'll clean
abuse.
my cup before. Here, which one was
I
mine?
do declare, take the last bit of that sip before you wipe it out.
Ooh, it's real sweet.
Yes, the syrup ended up on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's why these tasted a little bit stronger than I was
Oh,
expecting.
if they all tasted like that, I could have drank it more.
Mine doesn't. Is my syrup on the bottom?
Stick your finger in there and give it a swirl.
No, mine's good.
That's what she said. So stupid.
Oh no, I see it. Yeah, all right, it is on the bottom. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so this one smells familiar,
It should, at least a little bit. This is the last one I have some significant whiskey knowledge on.
Oh, okay. So this is what, number 4?
This would be number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4, which should have been number 5 just to keep with the theme, but we had reasons. Number 4 reason you should be drinking whiskey, you drink beer. We'll go with the quote first. As another one. It's from a book. I'll give you a hint. The medicine is in the eye of the beholder, and right now you're holding a big ass glass of it. So shut up and drink your whiskey.
That's your quote?
That's the quote. It's from a book. I just like the way it sounded.
I'll go George Harrison.
I got my mind set.
So I did say this one's from a book.
Right. Well,
A
he wrote
book,
couple
not a
books.
Beatles song.
Yeah.
He wrote a couple
A
of books.
fiction book.
What?
fiction.
Me and the Beatles?
What? Damn. Coming out with claws, man. What the hell?
Although it occurs to
He
me...
said a book, so you went and named... There's like a billion authors, but let me name someone who's not an author.
You know, if it occurs to me...
George Harrison has written books.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lance Bass is a fucking astronaut because he went into space.
Ghost
officially.
written. Oh.
But is he really an astronaut?
Did he cross 80,000 feet?
I don't give a fuck. An astronaut is a
Then he's an
job.
astronaut.
An astronaut is a career.
No.
He is a fucker that went into
yes.
space. He is not an astronaut. I don't care what the dictionary says.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if we throw out definitions and
Exactly. We are, because it's a stupid definition.
I'm sorry, Dan.
It's okay. I love it. The revelry.
Ron has brought out Randy.
Who's Randy?
Randy.
You tell us. Who is
Do
Randy?
I make you Randy, baby? Yeah.
That was horrible. Don't ever do that.
No, wait,
Fuck
do it
you,
again.
Adam.
One
I
more
Hurt
time.
his feelings.
One more time.
Please fuck all the way off, Adam. Thank you.
Will you do that one more time since you're
Go
right
ahead,
in
Ron.
my ears?
Go ahead. Do it again. Do it again.
No. No, you don't get... You just fucked up my mic.
It's good to be king.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Dan. Continue,
awesome.
buddy.
That's all right. So that quote, you know, it occurs to me if I say something's from a fiction book and nobody is immediately like, oh yeah, I know, I've
Stein,
read that
maybe?
somewhere. No, that's it's from a character known as Joe Buckler in a book called Later That Night.
George Bush, he
Actually-
wrote a book.
I looked this one up. And I can't remember why. Probably because of the drinking. But it seemed like something that I wanted to read. And I think it might have been because of the author.
Just based off the quote?
So the quote, and there was something... there's a reason I was like, man, I should read that. That sounds funny. Because I like books that make me laugh. But anyway... yeah, you should drink whiskey because you drink beer. And, I mean, at the end of the day, beer is just liquid bread, and whiskey is just concentrated beer.
Can we drink this one now?
Yeah.
I think Josh
Dude, this
already
one's
drank
got
it,
some-
didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Have at it. This one
yeah.
tastes familiar, you said.
This one's got... it smells familiar. I haven't tasted it yet. This one's got some pretty heavy legs, too.
Oh, that went smooth. Really smooth. That's quite smooth. It's better than the old-fashioned shit you gave me.
If you think
That was
one's
no
smooth-
offense to you. I just didn't like
I
that
was,
drink.
You know, it was an impromptu thing. I'm making a half old fashioned in a Glencairn glass, and it's
no, it's
everything was wrong about it.
No, it was nothing to do with you. I just didn't like that drink in general. It just wasn't for me.
Next time I see you, I'm gonna make another one, and you'll like it.
Here's another glass of the shit you hated before.
Yep.
That one is pretty good. If you
Yeah.
think that that's smooth, then your
No, that's smooth.
your taste buds are acclimating a little bit because that is actually a pretty sharp whiskey. That's pretty.
Nothing
pretty
has
stout.
tasted as sharp as
That's
the
true.
first one I drank. I seriously
think-
thought my throat closed up
That's
for
the
a
very
second.
first.
It was so
every
sharp.
time you drink a Scotch, the first time is always going
was
to
like,
do that to you.
I thought about starting
Every
you
time.
guys. I thought about starting you guys with the Smoky Joe because everything else from then on.
Fuck
would have
you!
Been
I'd have kicked you out of this basement studio. This
yeah, that's
studio.
true. Like it would have been so harsh that everything after it would have, by comparison, tasted a little better.
Oh, okay, I see that.
But it might have just put you out. You might have just been like, shit your pants.
I'd be like,
done.
I'm out. This is what whiskeys taste like.
That's good. I
An
like that.
ashtray.
So, you said this one smelled.
Familiar. Yeah, it had a
Familiar.
familiar. It didn't taste familiar, but it definitely smelled familiar.
This
Gentleman's
one is a Tennessee whiskey, which I said this is my last
okay.
bit of knowledge. It is not Jack Daniels. This is George Dickel number 12.
George Dick Trickle number 12.
Yeah, and this bottle is I think like $25.
That's not bad.
No, it's a pretty good deal. I like it. It's kind of rowdy.
It still has a sharp taste to it, though. It's still pretty potent.
Tennessee whiskey, which
Thank
is
you.
typically and technically still bourbon by classification. To be specifically Tennessee whiskey, it must go through what's known as the Lincoln County process. And I really wish I had at least one whiskey pro to correct me on things I'm not sure. But yeah, the Lincoln County process, it is a specific process that distillers in Tennessee use to be considered specifically Tennessee whiskey.
I've drank probably 50 different Tennessee whiskeys over the course of my adult life of drinking. Never even knew that there was something called the Lincoln County process. So this says the Lincoln County, this is Wikipedia. The Lincoln County process is a step used in producing almost all Tennessee whiskeys. The whiskey is filtered through or steeped in charcoal chips before going into the casks for aging. That's interesting. So it must pull out a lot of the impurities or something going through that charcoal. That's an interesting step. Here, let me bring this over to you. I like that one, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was palatable.
Number 5 is still number 6 is still my favorite. That's
The old fashioned.
no. The
That was number 5.
Angel's Envy.
Old
Angel's Envy.
fashioned was number 5.
Angel's Envy was Old Fashioned became number 5.
Oh, okay.
You Drink Beer is number 4. This one,
dude, Angel's Envy is so good. I am 100%. You've sold me on that, Dan. I 100% will buy a bottle of that now. That is fantastic.
it's real good shit.
How much is that one a bottle? Do you know? Do you remember? I guess I could look it up.
It's $50.
50. That's a pretty potent one. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty potent to the wallet.
Gotta ask the wife's permission on that one.
The most expensive one, I think Josh already knows the answer to this, was the Amrit, the heavy duty
really?
water.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit was $90.
Angel's Envy from Total Wine & More, $55.
I've had that one before.
Yeah.
You brought that to my house.
Yep.
Whoa. Angel's Envy 2019 cask strength, $458.
Boom.
Where's that?
Hustle.com.
Flaviar. Right there it is.
Wow.
But then Total
That's like
Wine
a,
has it for $55.
That must be like, is it different
cask
size
strength or regular?
bottles?
Cask strength.
Is it a
Cask strength for 55?
No. That is small.
$400?
I don't know. We're tangenting on that. We can come back to that. No, this is... I don't know. It doesn't really give much detail. Oh, there it is. Small batch bourbon. Nothing spectacular about that one. But no, the cask strength is $458. That's pretty pricey.
That's crazy. They make they finish it in like wine barrels. They make a rye that's also finished in those barrels. The rye is like $90. I haven't had that one. But speaking of rye, this next one we're having is a rye whiskey.
I got my rye set on you.
Which is like what's that song? Bye bye, Miss America.
That was actually
bye.
a George Harrison song you sang.
You said it earlier. That's why.
Yeah, oh, is that why it was stuck on your head?
It's like that old song, Drinking Whiskey and
wow.
Rye, but it's actually just rye whiskey.
Which one is this one?
This one, I'll give you the name first. This one's called Heresy. It is from Infused Spirits from Las Vegas, Nevada.
So this is number 3.
Inhale deeply on that one. Smell that, but inhale deeply. It's got a completely different.
It smells like wine to me.
It smells like nail polish remover.
I was gonna say furniture
Pull
polish.
your nose a little bit further out
To
of
me,
it.
this is the least strong.
Breathe deep.
Yeah, but put your nose a little
It's
further
the
away.
least amount of fragrance from all of them so far for me.
You want to miss the ethanol and
Oh, F it all! God dang it! Oh,
No, this does have like a
damn it, Bobby!
a chemical smell to
Damn
it,
it, Bobby!
but good, not in a bad way. It's almost like I think a Pledge furniture polish. I don't know. I'm not stupid, but that's what I think.
So,
of.
yeah.
I pledge allegiance.
Lemon, I guess that's probably why I think of it. Lemon flavor.
This one is
Lemon
called
Pledge.
Heresy. It is a rye whiskey from
nice.
Infused Spirits in Las Vegas, Nevada. And along those notes, we'll start with your quote. Just because this one's funny. You guys might actually know this one. You can handle just about anything that comes at you on the road with a believable grin, common sense, and whiskey.
You can handle just about anything that comes across you on the road with a believable grin, common sense, and whiskey.
Nick Cage.
The source of the quote is in the quote.
Say it again then.
Oh yes, you can handle just about anything that comes at you on the road with a believable grin, common sense, and whiskey.
A believable grin. Billy Grin. No. I'm going to go... so on the road, I'm thinking travel tour bus. I'm going to go country singer.
Kenny Loggins.
Merle Haggard.
Kenny Rogers.
I'll go Merle Haggard.
Nothing.
Or mate. Well, go ahead.
That was Mr. Bill Murray
Oh, okay. Bill Murray.
from Common Sense and Whiskey.
Oh, well, there you go.
Wow, we really hosed that one up.
He is actually celebrating. You guys ready for this? This month is his 70th birthday.
Don't say that.
That's scary.
Actually, 70 is not even that old.
Still got 20 more years.
At least.
It is to people who died at 69.
Nice.
Oh, I'm bad.
All right, so
I like this
number...
No, this one was good.
This is 4? No, this is 3.
This is number 3.
Yeah.
We're in top 3 territory. And we're getting a little more philosophical on you guys. Sorry about that.
That's good.
Number 7, reasons you should drink whiskey. You are a traveler. You like to travel, see new places, experience new things. Whiskey can take you on a journey from the very first sip. The process by which whiskey is made is very specific in that it has to be aged. It doesn't have to. Technically, it has to be aged for a certain amount of time, but that time is in the script. But anyway, it's got to be aged, and as such, as it ages, the whiskey from different locations, different geographical region has specific character that is developed by the climate changes that it experiences over the course of the years that it ages.
Oh, yeah, I guess like dew points and
Yes.
Atmospheric changes, barometric pressures,
Exactly.
moisture that's in the air, condensation, all of that. And freezing and boiling, well, not boiling, but freezing points in the air. Yeah, I guess that's a good call.
Places with extreme climates tend to develop, their whiskeys tend to develop very pronounced and bold, extreme flavors and profiles and personalities over a short period of time.
Are you saying for variations in climate? So like Florida, as an example, doesn't have huge variations in climate. We have
Correct.
pretty much, we have summer, hot as balls, and then we've got light summer, which is winter.
Right.
But like
say
North
somewhere
Carolina,
like
for example.
Texas,
Or yeah, some parts of Texas, absolutely.
where you go from cold snap to extreme heat.
4 seasons, yeah. So those places have a tendency to mature their whiskeys faster or have more robust of a flavor?
They will still, same thing. Once it's ready. But yeah, I mean, they can develop a massive amount of character over a short period of time just based on the climate.
Interesting, because I've seen a lot of whiskey curing rooms. So,
God, that's so good.
What's the term for a whiskey where you cure wines and liquors undergrounds usually?
Underground
Cellars. So I guess no.
Cellaring?
No,
Like
it's not a cellar.
Like a wine cellar.
Cellar is typically where you have your prepared wines ready to serve. I'm talking about where you have your casks, your barrels, preserving the alcohol for
aging.
that. Yeah. What's that called though? The
Aging.
storage. No, the storage. There's
Cellaring.
Aging storage facility.
So. Anyway, most of those I've seen are underground or in a climate controlled area. So I'm interested where barometric pressure would come into play. The seasons wouldn't necessarily affect that. So I wonder if maybe some of the better distillers or better manufacturers keep their shit in all open air conditions, keep it outside or keep it wherever. It'd be interesting.
Well, I know a lot of the they call them rick houses where they store the barrels. They're not like climate controlled in most cases.
Oh, okay.
It's just a big like pole barn with racks and racks and racks of barrels.
Copy. All right, number. What are we on? Number 2.
We're on number two.
All right.
Number 2, we're getting there, and I'll start with the quote on this one because it leads right in. The quote is very simple: "Simplicity is the key to brilliance."
Simplicity is the key to brilliance.
Steve Jobs.
Sigmund Freud.
Are you Googling it, Ron? What are you doing on your phone over there?
I was looking up St. Augustine bourbon. Sorry.
There are a couple distilleries across the state of Florida that once they're open for real life again, I'm gonna go on a Florida whiskey tour.
I went
Nice.
when I went to
tour.
St. Augustine last time. I went there, and I was just checking out some of the shit
cool.
they had. That's all. While we were in between.
Giving you our-
I have no idea.
That was Bruce Lee.
What? Simplicity. Let's say it again.
Simplicity is the key to brilliance.
Simplicity is the key to brilliance. Oh, I see what you did there. Simplicity is the key. No, not.
No.
Bruce Lee
Racist.
actually spoke pretty
Very.
good English.
I know he did.
But that is
whiskey talking.
that is our reason. Number 2 reason you should be drinking whiskey is just its simplicity.
All right, good call.
It only takes 2 words: whiskey, neat. You can hold that drink all night, only going back for the smallest sips, just enjoying it. It won't go flat, it won't dilute, it won't become unbearable because it's no longer just a degree off of freezing. When it's time to go, you'll never be the one holding things up because that whiskey neat is just, whether it's fresh or you've had it all night, it's just a single gulp and you're done.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gone.
That may be one of the reasons that I navigated towards whiskeys and scotches to begin with, is because it's so easy to consume, and it's so, the amount that you get in that little bit of delivery of liquid is so potent in comparison to other types of drinks that you're going to drink.
Yeah, and it's still just a hearty gulp with the power of that whole pint.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever gone home at the end of the night, you're drinking a bunch of beer just with that bloated belly? You're like, God, I drank so much my belly hurts, and I'm not even drunk. Yeah, you won't get that when you drink whiskeys or
No, the
scotches.
trick to beer is, people will tell you this and it's a fucking lie. Crack the seal.
early.
Crack the seal early. You'll just be pissing all night. You won't be bloated. That one should be really, really...
Yeah, that was very smooth.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, that
one
was
bit me.
smooth. No,
Well, you guys think
really?
it was smooth? That one,
Yeah,
maybe it's just the way I
most
drank
of
it.
them, except for the smoky one, have been very smooth to me since the first one. I think you're right. I don't think it was the because of what the first one was. I think any first one would have been like, holy shit.
Every time I drink
Since
my
then,
first,
I've been fine.
every time I drink the first scotch, it always hits me hard, and I love it because of that.
And this one we're drinking is Irish. It is your standard 80 proof, 40%. It is the Founder's Reserve by, I don't know, it's Founder's Reserve, The Irishman. That's what the label says. This is just called The Irishman Founder's Reserve.
G'day, mate.
It is a blend of 70%
Oh, that's some good whiskey there, laddie.
70% single malt and a 30% pot stilled traditional just Irish whiskey.
I think I just shut out
Picked
me
it up the other
Lucky
day
Charms.
on a whim. It was either this or Jameson, and I've had a lot of Jameson.
This is nice to
That's
get an
good. I like
experience to different ones beyond the super basics that most of us have drank.
Yeah,
Like Jameson and, the three wise men, Jameson and Jack
Jack
Daniels.
and Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
There you
you
go.
sold me on that other one though. That is
Angel's
coming.
Envy?
Yeah, that is coming to my
Yeah, it's
liquor
real good.
cabinet very soon.
The penis envy one.
Yes,
Another one,
yes.
if you're looking to try into more bourbons, one I don't have. The only one I've bought twice in the past couple months is Four Roses Small Batch.
Four Roses small batch. Okay.
He got that at twogirlsinacup.com.
Don't go to that website.
Is that still on? Is that still out there?
I mean,
the
it's
internet.
only out there to trick your friends
What is
into
it,
watching
Rule
it.
43?
Well,
Rule 34.
Rule 34
Rule
is
34.
that if it exists, there is a porn of it.
Yep.
Right.
And Rule 35 is that if there's not, you now have the obligation to make it.
If
You
what
know what?
exists,
You
there's
just-
a porn of it. I'm confused.
Anything.
Josh, you just created a Twisted 10. You need to come up with the most bizarre rules of the internet and bring them to us, because not many of our listeners, I'm sure, know
and then
what the
everyone
rules
will
of the
have a
internet is.
list of new porn to find.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a list of porn.
Man, I'll have to see if I can find the original list from 4chan from like 2006 or something.
Yeah.
That's going back in archives. That's like sub-million post. I mean,
A millet.
that's old 4chan terms. Million get. That was before million get.
Thanks, sir.
This is the one. I am most excited
Wow,
about.
this has
This
serious
particular
legs.
bottle. Out of everything we've had so far, we've had some great whiskeys.
Look, I will say
This number one, or are we number one already?
We're down to number one.
This may be so. This list is not as conventional as some of our other lists because our other lists have a lot of talking and a lot of communication. This list has a lot of
Drinking.
pauses because we are imbibing. And I will throw this out there. I think every one of our lists from now on should have this pauses that we have to imbibe in some sort of spiritual drink. I like it.
Spiritual drink?
Yes. I've seen Jesus like 4 times tonight. So I don't know
Have
about
you? Is that where like when I think of a hippie girl, I'm gonna say she's a real distilled spirit.
When you say hippie girl, all I see is unshaved armpits.
I just see big glasses and like a scarf.
70s bush.
Wow.
Hairy legs.
Hairy legs for sure.
Can braid her toe hairs.
So,
Ew.
so number one, right? You said this is number one, Dan?
This is the
Oh,
last
did we
one.
get off? Did we get off point there?
Yeah, the last time check was like 24 minutes. I was letting you guys go for a minute.
No, I was just super stoked about
we're
hippie
good.
toe
Letting her
braiding.
fill
We're good.
in. All right, so yes, number one reason you should be drinking whiskey, and this is more of should you decide to drink whiskey and continue doing so in the manner that I have, which is just not going back to the same thing. There's so much out there, you never have to try the same thing more than once. And that's that. It's a journey. It's a self-discovery thing. You're finding out more about yourself as you go along and you learn more, you try more. I don't like that. I do like that. I didn't think I would like that, but I do. At the end of things, all we are is an amalgamation of experiences. It is important to choose as many of them as you can for yourself and not just let things happen to you as they may. Whiskey is just another road to travel down, living the experience and growing with it.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, man. Bonus quote.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't do this on purpose, but the quotes have gotten more and more, I should say easier, but from more and more recognizable sources.
All right.
Kind of generally as we've gone.
Homer Simpson.
Ron Swanson.
Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom.
Homer. Not Homer Simpson, just Homer.
Homer's
Oh,
like the
Homer.
Odyssey.
Yes.
That is the best guess so far, but still wrong.
Ooh. So we're going Greek mythology era is the best guess so far. I'll go Madonna.
You're such
I don't
a
know. I have
cunt.
no idea.
I've got nothing.
I just
I've
went the
got nothing.
opposite.
That was I forget his official title in the literature. That was Aristotle.
Aristotle.
Oh.
That I was trying to think of his name. I had it in my head. I just could not.
And you
like,
just went
say
with
it.
Homer.
I went to Homer. No. After I said Homer, and you said I was wrong.
No, I get it. I was talking about a journey and like
Yeah,
finding
I know.
yourself, and you were
Aristotle.
thinking,
I couldn't
the
pull this guy's
Odyssey.
name out. I'm like, God,
I
I'm
like
right
that.
there.
Aristotle. All right. Well, fucking here to that. So what are we drinking?
This is, Josh mentioned it earlier, this is my infinity bottle.
So this is the infinity bottle
Yeah,
of your...
and it's
okay.
there's been varying amounts depending on how much I liked it, but aside from Smoky Joe, every whiskey I've bought, every separate whiskey from the past 6 months is in some fashion blended into this.
All right.
I couldn't tell you the proof because I don't know. Somewhere between 80 and 124.
123.6. Just kidding.
It's got a very neutral Scotch and whiskey
has
flavor.
a little bit more bite to it than most of the others.
It's a little more potent.
Yeah,
But it's
right,
got a-
Josh.
It doesn't have anything that's very... It doesn't taste like it's a very focused, refined flavor. It tastes like just what you said, a amalgamation of a bunch of different flavors.
And the thing I like most about this one, it changes. I'll only crack into this one once every month or 6 weeks or so because it changes
Oh, you're
dramatically.
aging it yourself.
Well, I'm not aging it. I'm adding I'm
I see
adding
what
a
you're
new
saying.
whiskey to it every month. So I'll crack
Interesting.
into it. I'll have a couple neat. I'll make an old fashioned out of it, and then I'll add more to it over the next month, few weeks. And it's constantly changing. It's like a running reminder of the past month of my life.
Oh, I feel good now.
Yeah,
That's a great list. 10 different drinks. That's awesome.
And because it's constantly being in a bottle that still has air in it, it's kind of also getting decantered the whole time as well. So it has that slight oxidation to it that you would get from aerating.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes much of a difference, but
That's a fucking great list, man.
That was good. That was a lot of fun.
That was fantastic.
Can I say one quote? When he said he didn't have one, I was going to pull one up for him real quick.
Okay.
One quote came up, and I didn't want to read him.
Ron Swanson.
No, I was afraid that I'd see a bunch of quotes and then accidentally cheat.
Do you want me to read it?
Oh yeah, go for it. Read this first quote and look who it is too, which is really cool.
This quote is brought to us by Ron. You know, Did
you see this quote?
I passed over this one.
It's a great quote.
Yep. Too much of anything is bad, but too much good whiskey is barely enough.
It's an awesome quote.
That is pretty good.
So who's great? Who like way back in the day, like the 1800s, was just amazing at quotes. He was an author. He was
the 1800s.
Yeah, late 1800s.
Yeah. What famous white guy said that?
Yeah, famous white dude. Come on, man. This guy. Come on. I know you. One of you guys will come up with it. No.
American.
Yep. California, San Francisco area.
I got nothing.
Politician or just
no.
So celebrity.
Not a politician.
Just a celebrity.
What?
Celebrity, but an author.
Do I have this right? Samuel Clemens?
Well, that's his real name. Yeah, that was his actual name, not his pen name.
Oh, give me a second. He wrote some racist shit.
Yeah.
Right?
He did.
Yeah.
Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah, you got it.
You're
Give
getting
me a
there.
second. Mark Twain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
Twain. said
Took
that.
a lot of hints to get you
Wait, does that mean that I won the fucking...
You know what? You should win anyway, because clearly Josh doesn't want this. I don't want this. It should be yours, period.
Well, I won't mooch on the free scotches and
I really don't
bourbons
want
and
to take
whiskeys.
all these tasters home with me.
Fucking score, man.
Yes, and this is already your place, so it makes sense to leave it here.
You can't have my infinity bottle or my half handle of bullet,
No.
but all the other tasters, they're all yours.
Motherfucker up right here. All
I
right, let's
would
continue
highly
the show.
recommend-
This is going to be for the after show. This is the taster of
If you're going
Angels.
to keep drinking it, though, do yourself a favor, put it in the Glencairn.
Yeah, good call.
Same concept as a wine glass. The actual shape of the vessel
Affects the flavor
it
and
affects
the
the
scent.
flavor because of the aroma.
I will save this Angel's Envy for the after show. That will be what I'm drinking.
Got Dickel 12.
I like it. I like it a lot. Dude, Dan,
that was a
this
great
was-
list.
This was a lot of fun, man.
this
Yeah,
is-
it was. A lot of work went into it. I'm appreciative of that.
you did your research.
You know, I was a little worried that it was going to be just kind of trite and weird, but
No.
like
No, it
with
was
the
good.
little round table going on, I'm really happy with it.
Now, dude, you did your research. You
Glad I
came
could be
prepared. You brought some notes. You brought some quotes. You added some bonus shit in there. Your twist. You didn't need to do any of the quotes or any of the other shit, but you brought it and you came ready.
I forgot about the twist.
The twist was we got to drink the whole show. That was the twist.
I
was a
was
twist?
so in the zone of like, really, I don't want to fuck this up, and
No, you did
I want
great.
to bring some good content for the show, and I totally forgot that there was a twist. I've been on this show before, and I fucking forgot.
Oh man, no, that was a lot of fun. Now I'm gonna have some water.
What was, if we can you do me a favor real quick before we wrap up the show? Can you just name the names of the, like, 10 was this one, 9 was this one, 8 was all the way down? Because I want us to each pick, Ron and Josh. You know mine. My favorite is Angel's Envy, which was number 6.
I'll give you.
So
I'll
you
give
guys
you a,
say your favorite ones during the list.
I'll give you a nice
Go for it.
countdown with the accompanying whiskey.
Can you also say the percentage, if you have it written down there, the percentage of toxicity?
Josh has some of them. I have some of them,
I've got the
They're all
Angel's
kinda-
Envy one.
They're all kind of spread
and you
out.
have one right there.
Yeah, I got one here.
Cool.
Boing.
Reason number 10 why you should be drinking whiskey: because you're a man. Accompanied by Glenmorangie 10-year single malt Highland Scotch, 43% alcohol, 86 proof.
Nice.
Reason number 9, because you're a woman. Accompanied by, and by far, the strongest, most bold whiskey I had, besides Tire Fire,
Yeah.
Smoky Joe. Amrut cask strength, single malt from India, 123.6.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
Back of my head.
That was a tough one.
Number 8. You had a great day, week, month, you're celebrating. Accompanied by Swift Texas single malt non-filtered. They don't have a filtered option. It's just specific to it.
Sure.
That one was
It has 86 on here.
86.
86 proof. Okay.
86 proof. Number
7.
Number 7.
Year 4.
I'm reading these backwards because I
Yeah.
wrote them backwards. You had a terrible day or week, accompanied by bacon cooked over a tire fire. Smoky Joe.
Though, it was good. So, I won't interrupt this recap, but it was good.
I
liked it.
also like it too, but a little bit at a time.
Certain moods. Yeah.
Nope, not for me. I just opened it. I just opened the tester again.
Oh, why did you do that to yourself?
Because I'm very impressed by it, but it
took me 45 minutes to get that smell
Honestly,
and taste out of my mouth.
I like the smell of Smoky Joe much more than the flavor of it. And it's also got what's this oily texture to it. It lingers for a long time. It doesn't go away.
It's like Adam. Or a venereal disease.
If any of you have ever been interested in trying a Lagavulin 16, Ron Swanson's specifically chosen whiskey,
Finally, Josh. Keep it classy, San Diego.
you're looking at something on that
don't
flavor
believe
profile.
you. I'm sorry, I was doing more Ron.
Lagavulin is an Isla Scotch. It's also $100 a bottle, in case you're interested. Sorry, guys. Moving on from Smoky Joe.
No, you're
Reason
good.
you should be drinking a number 6.
Number 6 is my boy.
7.
No, you're on
6.
6. You're on 6, which would be your number 5. Angel's Envy.
Perfect. Yes. You're a wine drinker. And that was accompanied by Angel's Envy, which is
86 proof.
86 proof.
To me, for the people that know me, that's my favorite one of this entire list. This one's awesome.
Angel's Envy is it's so I don't know if when you go to Total Wine, they have a lot of their pricing labels. Some of them will have it's like a blurb and like some tasting notes and some information about it. Some of them will have a points awarded at like a beverage cup or points out of 100 from this thing or that thing. Angel's Envy is the highest officially rated advertised rating whiskey I've ever had, at 98.
Oh, damn.
Yes,
Nice.
it is very, very well respected. Number 5.
Yep. Which would be your number 6.
Number 6. Cool. Thank you. You're a beer drinker, and that was George Dickel, number 12.
Yep.
Tennessee whiskey.
It's going to be one of the
Dickel
ones.
12. That one's 90 proof.
90 proof. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Number 4. Yeah, number 4. You're a traveler. You like to experience different places. That one was accompanied by my personal favorite on this list, the Infuse Heretic Rye. That one actually rang in at 105 proof.
Nice. A little bit more potent.
Yeah.
Better than being impotent.
Yep.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And I'm reading these in the order that I originally wrote them instead of the switched around.
Josh's reaction. He's just over there shaking his head like face palm. Okay there, man?
I'm just
No, it was my ridiculously
talking to
stupid
shit.
bad joke.
talking shit about Ron without using words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Fine, we're just flirting over here.
So
Hey, baby.
originally the old fashioned was meant to be number 8. Number 3, because we're doing this backwards. Man, this is
He's running this all the fuck up, isn't he? I do it. Dude, I'm supposed to be a professional and I fuck it up
listeners. Do yourself a favor. Definitely drink whiskey.
Definitely listen to the show backwards to get the order right.
Listen backwards or drink a bunch of whiskey and then listen to it again. It'll make more sense. But the old fashioned that was made with the basic Bullet bourbon. I believe it comes in at
Bullard.
yeah. We got a bottle right here.
Bullet.
Big bottle.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, Bullet bourbon. It's the regular bourbon comes in at 90 proof.
Nice.
That's a big old bottle right there.
It is. That's what I drink my.
Do you have a wet bar at your house? All the bitching you did about us not having a wet bar in the studio.
No, I have a kitchen with a sink.
So you can throw up in when you drink too much whiskey?
No, I just have a place to rinse out my glasses.
No, that's the pool. You should know better than that.
I'm just trying to get Adam to put in a wet bar, so that way I can.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant
Come
idea.
be on the show more often.
Give me a goddamn sink, Adam.
I know. I think it's a brilliant idea.
I think it'll never happen, but I do think it's a brilliant idea.
Josh and Ron, you guys are the business department.
Business development?
Business department of Twisted 10, make it happen.
We can't even get walls so we can start our Twitch
No,
stream.
I got them. They're just out there in the garage.
That's true.
Hi. I drink whiskey and I build things.
Yeah, we'll have to talk. We'll have to get some shit done in here.
Number 9, simplicity.
Which is number 2. Yep. I'm just helping. I got your back.
My man.
He's helping.
Yes.
My boy Blue.
Number 9, number 2. 9th one we did, but 2 on the list. Simplicity. And that one was The Irishman.
That's right.
Founder's Reserve.
What was its potency?
That one's straight 80 proof.
80 proof alcohol.
A
See,
lot.
laddie.
I can't say most because I haven't had most, but I've looked at a lot. But most of the Irish whiskeys that I've looked at all ring in around the same.
Nice.
They all ring in around 40.
Right on.
Some of them are a little bit higher, but it's very common for Irish to end up at 40.
Nice.
40%, 80 proof.
It's ironic. That's their same lifespan, too. They all die around 40. It's really weird.
No. That's not true anymore.
I dead stared at Ron as soon as I said it, just to let that joke burn. All right. And number 1, which was what?
Number 1 was just the journey, discovering yourself, getting to know who you are a little
Beautiful
bit better.
quote, by the way.
I discover myself every night.
You go blind if you keep doing that.
Who said that? I can't see you.
He already blew his knee out.
It tightens so much.
Oh my God! All right, let's do ourselves a favor. We're gonna
Drink more alcohol.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna record an after show. Dan, that was a hell of a list. You came
Thank you.
prepared. You
Thank
brought
you.
us probably the most fun list I think I've ever had doing the Twisted 10. That was fucking awesome.
You should have come and do a Twisted 10 when I lived in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, hey, the bill is on the table apparently for decriminalization. We'll see if it
Never gonna
happens.
happen.
Decriminalized
would
of
bet
what, in Florida
money
or,
on
or
nationally,
federally? Well, doesn't that have to be in a? Oh no, I don't want to get into it. That's an after show conversation. Sorry, show went long.
You want
Let's
to
not make it longer.
You want to hear 4 guys talk about weed that in a state that it's still federally illegal and whatever.
Well,
listen to the after show. That's
for recreational use. It's illegal.
I lived in Colorado.
Yeah. We'll discuss that some in the after show. All right, Dan, is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to throw shout outs to? Or
Oh God, I just had the worst joke when you asked anything you want to plug.
I'm going to plug your fucking throat hole if you don't shut up.
You want to plug your wife? Go, sorry.
So, Ron, you were asking for reasons on how I know. That's how I know. That's how.
Honestly, I don't have a whole lot to things
my
to
throat
plug.
hole.
I'm right now. I've been I'm mulling over the purchase of a GoPro or a camera of some kind because I feel like with all the things I've been doing, learning, teaching myself how to do, I should start recording it and maybe just put it on YouTube because why the fuck not? Maybe I can make another $8 a month. That'd be fucking cool.
my son's above $500 a month now.
I know. I'm
fucking insane.
It's awesome.
I couldn't believe it. Just making some game videos.
That's a lot of weed money. Oh,
Give a
sorry.
fuck. I can,
That's what he said.
if I get people who start giving me money, I could just hire your kid to do my post editing, and then I could make more money and have someone do the thing. So yeah, no. If I do start a YouTube channel, it'll be called Dan Does Things. So if you ever see Dan Does Things on YouTube, hit me up, throw me a comment, talk shit, call me a bitch. I don't care. As long as you hit that like button.
I like it. All right. Well, thank you, Dan. Fucking awesome list, dude. You brought it. You knocked it out of the fucking park. This was a Fenway over the Green Wall. Oh, well, that's actually 2 different places. But you know,
the
you
Green
get my
Monster
point.
is Fenway Park.
Is that Fenway?
Yeah.
Okay, Green Monster.
Yeah,
is
duh. They're the same thing.
I'm not even
you
a
didn't
baseball
know.
guy,
Ron's
but I
not
know
a baseball.
about Fenway.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I knew it was somewhere. All right, but anyway, you knocked it out of the park. Fucking great job on the list tonight. We really appreciate that.
Yeah,
you
thanks.
guys, do we have anything else we want to plug or send our listeners to?
No, thanks. Thanks for listening on the live stream. Thanks to our patrons again. I said at the front end, say at the end.
Absolutely. Patreon.com/twisted10. No the in this one. So it's patreon.com/twisted10. The Twisted 10 is our old one. And for whatever reason, I fucked up deleting it. So instead of deleting the page, I deleted my Patreon account. it happens. So go check us out. And all right, let's get the hell out of here. So on behalf of the Twisted 10, thank you very much for listening to our show tonight. We appreciate it. I am Adam.
I'm Josh.
Ron.
And to our very special guest tonight,
I've been Dan all night long.
thank you guys. Have a great night.